Royal baby Sinister passed. That means Meghan and Harry's nanny to be very closely monitored. Royal members have often gushed about their affection for their nannies well into adulthood, and were said to have adored their
raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park,